Hey, before we get going, I just need to tell y'all, I promise you, I've watched a lot of YouTube shows. I've watched a lot of fantasy football shows. Your shit right here, your shit right here is better than 99.9% of them. I promise you that. Let's go. All right, what's up, YouTube? We're back, episode 2, AllGas Show. You know who it is, your host, the Devy Doctor, the King of College, Podzilla, Ray GQ. Man, it's been a minute. It feels like it's been a little bit longer than 7 days since we last chopped it up on the show. And I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the Destination Devy channel and gave me feedback on the AllGas Show. It was fun. It was fun to just get on here and just talk with you guys and let some of that personality shine and kind of free-flowing, free-spirited conversation. And I think we touched on a couple of good things. You know, the combine, the wide receivers had just performed, and the running backs hadn't started yet. So I was excited to see some of those running backs, and we all know what they did at the combine. We're not going to spend time really diving into that and talking about that because there's been a lot going on. there's been a lot going on Twitter, and you know, it's like we've reached that crescendo. We've reached that point in the pre-draft process in the off season where everybody is just, it's just like heightened to maximum crazy shit, right? You got people, and here's my thing. This is my thing. This is what I want to say, and this is not a shot at anybody. This is not, well, I mean, fuck it. If you listen to it and you feel like I'm talking about you, then, I mean, deal with it. Maybe I am. But here's what it is. Like, we all put in work to provide whatever it is, right? Rankings, articles, podcasts, YouTube channels, all of that. We put in work. I get it. But, man, it's some sensitive-ass people, man, on Twitter. Y'all are some sensitive ass people. I mean, damn. Like, come on, bro. You're like, very few people in this space, very few people in this community, me included, do this shit like full time for real, where you're getting benefits and retirement packages and things of that nature. And you've got equity in a site. Like, very few of us are like at that level. Very few of us will ever get to that level. So when you're up here like, no, my work, you're disrespecting my work. Like, calm the fuck down, man. Calm down. It's like, what are we doing, man? Like, what are we doing? You know how many people disagree with me or don't like my takes or don't, you know, whatever the case may be. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't. I mean, it's there's a difference between engaging in conversation and then crying like a fucking child. And I've seen a lot of people over the past couple of days get on Twitter and try to puff their chest up and say all of these things and make themselves appear as though they are above others. Man, it's football, man. I don't care if you got 50,000 followers or 5 followers. We all got eyes. We watch the game. We play fantasy. Yeah, of course there's levels, right? You know, I'm a senior writer, I'm a junior writer, I work at ESPN, I work for DLF, or whatever the case may be. There's levels to it. But to insinuate that you as a person are better than somebody else, that's crazy, man. That's some narcissistic, self-centered, egotistical bullshit that just blows my mind. Are there different aspects of the game that somebody who played in college or in the pro level, they view something differently? Absolutely. Absolutely. And anybody who thinks otherwise is crazy. There's definitely something to be said for those people who played the game, for those people who coached the game, for those people who worked in different aspects of collegiate or professional football. Absolutely. But do I feel that I'm better than somebody because I got to play a little bit of college football? No. I don't. Are there things that I think that I can see or I pay attention to or focus on having played a certain position in college that maybe the casual fan, the casual gamer doesn't pay attention to or isn't really concerned about? Absolutely. But some of it may not matter for fantasy purposes. It may not. Did anybody give a shit about Des Bryant's route running ability when he was dropping 12, 13, 14 touchdowns a season? No. So I just think that it's just funny, man. It's funny. And for everybody out there listening to the show, anybody following me, if there was ever a time that I made you feel that I was trying to big time you or shit on you because I happen to play, again, Division II college football, man, I apologize. I know I didn't do that, so this apology really is empty because I know I don't do that. And I'm not going to do that, but there are people who do, and I'm not, I ain't going to talk about them because this ain't about them. This is about y'all. I'm not going to talk about them. And because this show is about y'all, you know, I wanted to let you into some insight. I got a question from a follower, good dude, Tommy Garrett. He asked me how to improve scouting. And I'm not no scout. I'm not a scout. Like, I really view myself as an entertainer. I disseminate information based off of the stuff that I see on Saturdays, what I see on Sundays, how the game is changing, how the game is evolving, how these players performed in high school and throughout their collegiate career. I'm not a scout. So it's hard to really say this is what you should look for. And that's why it's hard for me. I don't have a model. All right. I don't have this model. I don't have like a film grade score breakdown spreadsheet. I don't have that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get that. It's just it's difficult whenever you watch film because and maybe I'm misguided by this, but you know, watching 3 or 4 games of a prospect, you should be able to gain a good understanding of how good or unique or talented that player is. I don't think you have to watch all 48 games of Cam Akers or however many games he played. I don't know what the total is, 30-something games, to see that he's a good player, to see that he's a talented player. But what if I picked the wrong game to scout? What if I picked the wrong game to evaluate and he showed shitty vision in the 3 games that I picked? And then I say, oh, his vision is a 3 out of 10. In the games where he may not have had a good statistical outing, he showed fantastic vision, right? He hit holes that we didn't think he'd be able to hit. He made plays that we didn't think he'd be able to. It's tough. Like, maybe my thing is I will put out my final rankings. Like, these are the players that I think are the top, and from 1 through 5, 10 through whatever. And then from there, I guess we can go back in a couple of years and see how accurate I was. But part of me just thinks, man, football isn't that complicated. It's not that complicated. I think there are times where good players, they don't perform for whatever the reason is. Injury, circumstance, situation, but they could be talented football players. And then I think there are times where some players who may not have the talent level get put in fortunate and fortuitous situations and they're able to perform. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we missed on a good player or, you know, we were wrong about that player being good. We were just wrong. They just didn't produce fantasy points. You know, when I think about Reggie Bush was fantastic in that New Orleans offense. And I know he had some injuries in his career, but if Reggie Bush played in a Tennessee's Titan style offense where it's I formation, single back, slam him up the middle, you know, 15, 20 times a game, would he have had that same success? I don't know. You know, but that doesn't mean that player was bad or any of that. All I'm saying is I don't have a fucking model. I don't have one, and I don't really want to create one. You know, I'm just telling you who I think is talented. These are the reasons why I think said players are good. Here's where I have them in my rankings. And when I'm looking at talented players and good players, man, y'all, I'm telling you. And I was on the DeAndre Swift train for a very long time. I just thought that his skill set, that ability to be able to be used as a 3-down threat, in I formation, single back, offset, split out wide, out of the slot, motion out of the backfield, while I do still think that he is very, very good, extremely talented. He is a tier 1 running back, no doubt. But JT is a different beast, man. JT is a different beast. Jonathan Taylor, and what he did at the combine, it didn't shock me, but to see a 5'10", 5'11" running back at almost 230 pounds run 4.3, that's moving. And I've long maintained that he has more lateral quickness, more agility, more nuance to his game than a lot of people give him credit for. It just doesn't look the same. It doesn't look like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It doesn't look like DeAndre Swift. It doesn't look like a LaShawn McCoy. But he's got more than enough make you wiggle to make you miss. And for me, I'm getting to that point now, man, where in super flex leagues, and this is probably a bad way to look at it, but in super flex leagues, I'm seriously considering JT. If you're not a quarterback needy team, and I know everybody says, it doesn't matter if you're quarterback needy or not, you take the quarterback in super flex. While I agree, I would much rather take a quarterback that is a mobile quarterback in those situations that can throw the ball and can run to give you sort of that Konami code, right? But if I'm saying, man, if JT's sitting there, I'm at 101, 102, and I've got the choice between Tua and JT, Burrow and JT, it's hard. It's starting to get, it's a conversation. I think it's a conversation. I think we can have a conversation about, do you take probably the best pure running back in this class who looks like a future All-Pro, or do you go the safe route and take the quarterback because it's super flex? Now, granted, if you are a QB needy team, you probably don't want to take JT. You probably want to stick to the roots and take the quarterback. But if you're a team that's in a good situation, you might want to consider it. And I'm still kind of like Joe Burrow. He crushed it. There's nothing I can say about Joe Burrow's 2019 season that's going to that I'm going to diminish what he did, because it was absolutely ridiculous. 60 touchdowns? Bro. 60? Over 5,000 passing yards? I mean, you can't, there's nothing that you can really say to kind of take away from what he did. And then Tua, we all know what Tua was able to do throughout his career at Alabama. But I mean, it's a conversation. And when you're talking about quarterbacks in the NFL game that's changing, hey, I know a lot of y'all out there don't like him for whatever reason. I truly don't understand the hate that this kid gets. But Jalen Hurts, man, hey, he's worth a shot. If you're talking about second round of a super flex league, you can pick up Jalen Hurts. Personally, from things that I've heard from people who were in the know and have the know and talk to people at the combine and talk to actual team representatives, Jordan Love ain't it. I'm hearing that he struggles with the X's and O's. I'm hearing that Jordan Love, the ideal of Jordan Love is higher than what he actually displayed at Utah State. And you wonder why he had that big-ass drop-off from last year to this year. And everything I've heard is because he was asked to read defenses. Because he was asked to read and process defenses, and Jordan Love is not a mobile quarterback. So when all else fails, is he going to be able to move out of the pocket and make a play? I'm going to tell you right now, here's the thing. Is Jalen Hurts Tua? Is he Burrow? Absolutely not. Is he Lamar Jackson? No, but he doesn't have to be. He's 6'1", 222 pounds, and he ran a 4.59. He improved every single year that he was in college. From his true freshman season, he's been to 2 national championship games. He led Oklahoma to the college football playoffs, and he just got better and better and better. And there are people out there that have laid the data out there that supports that he was a very accurate thrower of the football deep. He improved every single year in his passing efficiency, middle and short range. And when all else fails, he can run the ball. He's a durable, fit kid. And when I'm looking at a comp for him, instead of going Lamar Jackson, I think he's more Dak Prescott. I think he's Dak P 2.0. And Dak was a 4th-round pick. We can bet any amount of money Jalen Hurts ain't lasting to the 4th round. It's not happening. I can even see a situation where Hurts might go top of the 2nd, late 1. If a team wants to trade up and get that 5th-year option, crazier things have happened. I mean, is Mitchell Trubisky, the prospect coming out of college, better than what Jalen Hurts is right now? Mitch was a one-year wonder at North Carolina. You know, I'm not shitting on Mitch, but I just don't understand all the hate that Jalen Hurts gets. I don't get it when every year you ask for kids to improve and to get better, and he did that, and he was good at that. And then he's got all the intangibles. You know, he's gonna come in, he's gonna work his ass off, he's gonna train, he's going to put in the time that it takes to be a successful NFL quarterback. And if I'm taking a shot on a guy, and you're telling me I can have Jake Fromm or Jalen Hurts, Anthony Gordon or Jalen Hurts, and it's getting to the point for me right now, if I can have a Jordan Love over Jalen Hurts, and if Love goes round 1 and Hurts goes top of round 2, give me the guy that when all else fails, he's going to be able to take off and pick up yards, and he's a thick-bodied guy. He's tough. I've seen him absolutely dominate defenses with his legs. I've seen him make plays with his arm. You know, in an ideal situation, he doesn't touch the field year 1. Let him sit, let him learn, let him hold the clipboard, let him get acclimated to the NFL game. But I think Jalen Hurts is not getting the type of credit that he deserves for being an accomplished college quarterback, and that's what we want out of these guys. Will he mature? Will he progress? Will he be what we think he could potentially be at the next level? We don't know. But I'll take that shot in the second round, especially in Superflex leagues. I'll take that shot. Fuck it. Anyway, so this is random as hell, but my son, my 5-month-old, was very sick last week, so I had to stay home with him, watch the little man, you know, make sure that he was good. So I had some time to catch up on some TV, and I watched 2 series, not all in 1 week. I mean, I had kind of been, you know, going with one for a minute, but I finally finished it off. And The Leftovers and The Outsiders, The Outsider, not Outsiders, Outsider, HBO, both shows on HBO, and very spoiler alert if you haven't seen The Leftovers. I mean, it's old. It's been out for a couple of years, I guess, but man, that shit was bad, man. Yo, why? Like, if anybody has watched it, I still don't know where the people went. Like, where did they go? That whole final season was terrible. God, I can't believe I wasted hours of my life watching that. That was bad. And it was a recommendation by one of my fraternity brothers, league mate of mine. He was like, watch The Leftovers, is dope, man. And it started out, I was like, all right, this is all right, you know, kind of weird, but I'll vibe with it. And then season 2, I was like, okay, it's, you know, these people wearing all white, smoking cigarettes. And then the final season, that whole death hotel, fucking getting a time capsule with water, it just was terrible. Trash, man. Trash. But The Outsider, now, listen, hey, that's my shit. The Outsider is my shit. Like, that was good. I was hoping, spoiler alert again, if you haven't seen it, pause it, fast forward to the football talk. But I thought the finale was good. I'm confused. Where did Holly get the scratch? Why did she not remember Terry Maitland? You know, I'm glad Ralph finally got off his high horse and started to, like, believe in this El Cuco. I thought it was a damn good show. It's got me wanting to read the book. But The Leftovers was garbage. The Outsider was good. Looks like it's setting up for season 2. Here's my charge to you guys. This is what I want you to walk away from this show with, because I want to provide something actionable. I feel like I haven't talked about anything. I talked about sensitive people. Talked a little bit about Jonathan Taylor, which we already know he's good. Talked about Jalen Hurts, which, hey, this I'm not giving you a whole bunch of stats. Go look the shit up. He's good. He's a good player. I think he's going to be all right at the next level if he lands in the right situation, if he gets the draft capital, if I know a lot of ifs, but I'm going to roll with that. But here's what I want you to take away. Now, there are a lot of people out here putting out content, a lot of people putting out information. Be mindful of what you consume. Be mindful of who you listen to, why you listen to that individual, and what parts of that information you decide to apply for your dynasty teams, for your keeper leagues, all of that stuff. Like, be mindful. There are some really super talented, super smart people who are putting in the work, who are grinding for you. And I just say, man, shout them out. Like, tell them, hey man, I appreciate what you do. Like, because of this information, because of this free database, I was able to dominate my leagues. I feel like I got a leg up on my league mates. But just be mindful of whose content you consume, who you listen to, and pick and choose. Like, again, I tell you all the time, you ain't gotta just take my word for Bible, but I watch the game. I feel like I know what I'm looking at. I feel like I know a talented player. I'm not gonna go out here and tell you to go invest a whole bunch in Zach Moss. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm still, hey, AJ Dillon had a hell of a combine. I'm still not gonna tell you go spend first round draft capital on AJ Dillon. I wouldn't mind taking a shot on him late second. That's me personally. I like the burst, I like the speed, but just be mindful of whose content you consume, what you consume from individuals, and make sure you formulate your own opinion. And if you do like somebody's work, shout them out, tell them you like it, all of that good stuff. If you like the show, if you like the DDP, if you rock with me, if this is your thing, right? If you like chilling with me and vibing with me because I like vibing with you, then subscribe to the channel. Tell your friend to subscribe. Tell your girlfriend. Get on your mom's YouTube account. Subscribe to the Destination Devy. We're pumping out content. I'm thinking about ways to get more people involved with the brand, to get more people involved with the Destination Devy, to provide even more stuff for y'all, man. I believe in this. I believe in you guys. So subscribe, put the notifications on, and I'm going to keep bringing you heat. Really want to do some kind of profile breakdowns. Right now, Devy is fucking, y'all don't give a shit, right? You don't care. There's nothing really going on, but on the podcast, I got something special for you. Everybody that's in Devy leagues, I got something special for you on the next pod. I think you're really, really going to find value in it, really enjoy the content there. But man, I appreciate y'all, the love y'all have shown me, the support. Destination Devy, y'all are crazy. Y'all are some crazy individuals. I appreciate it. I love you. I'm rambling, baby. I'm rambling. Hey, oh yeah, I'm going to Jamaica. I'm going to Jamaica on Friday, man. So I got to go to the airport. Shit. I'm not going to touch my face if, fuck. I don't even want to say it. I'm going to Jamaica. Going to Jamaica, man. I'll be in the airport.